All right, everybody, welcome back to the Silver Satoshi YouTube channel. Just a real quick update. Got this monitor still running, no glitches. So is the 1070 Supers and the 10 with the 1080 Ti and the 1070 Ti. We've taken this one down. I think this is going to be the first one we refurbish and recondition and probably box up and sell. But they're still doing great. We'll probably purchase that ASIC sometimes after we take care of that. And just to show you in relation to the monitors how close the printer is, it's right here. So as you can see, we've made quite a bit of progress on the model. You can start to see the tracks are coming together for the marbles that would run. We're right at, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not, right at 33 hours of printing with about 80 hours left. So about 3 days left of printing. Hopefully we won't run out of filament. But the nice thing about this printer that we did not have with our other one is it has a pause feature, so we can pause it and replace that filament spool if we need to, and then just start it back up and the printer will just pick up where it left off. The old one, you had to be out here when it ran out, or you had to change it early. Either way, normally we would change it early, and you kind of had to catch it because there was no pause feature. You kind of had to run it up in there as it was moving, and sometimes you could hit the gantry, and which is this big frame here, and knock it out of whack, and it would run into the model or run up too high and just start spitting stuff all over the place, kind of like this stuff right here. They just spit that all over the place. We got the cap and the rod and the screw assembled. Give you a good idea. So just a little bit of an idea of how that's going to work. You'll spin it up top, and that'll raise the marbles up. I realized in last night's video I said quarters, but that will raise the marbles to the top of the track. All right, enough of that. Let's move on and knock some stuff over. All right, we're back. Yeah, tonight's game we're playing for that purple bunny rabbit up there on the top. Got a pretty good setup this time. I realize it's kind of looking the same. When we start printing our own tokens, we can make some different things. And hope you guys will bear with us and enjoy what we try to make it as different as we can. But like I said, we start printing some tokens and we'll be able to make all kinds of cool stuff in there. It's trial and error. Like I said, sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it can get a little expensive. And in this case it wasn't so expensive, but it's going to take a little while. Here we go. Let's start pushing. Also, we may have figured out, there we go. That didn't take long. We're not making any promises, but we may have figured out what our camera issue is. So normally, or usually, while we're setting this up for you guys, we play music. I like to listen to a little bit of music. I like a little bit of everything. But we got a Bluetooth speaker in the shop. And we usually turn the Bluetooth on the phone so we can connect to that speaker so we can crank it up a little bit. It dawned on us today that when we switch our phone off Bluetooth, we usually play Amazon music or podcasts through our phone, and we're Bluetooth to our speaker. That when we begin recording, there we go. Woo, that was a good one. That when we begin recording, that speaker has a delay in it. And I guess if it's not playing anything for a half hour, it cuts itself off. And we were seeing issues with the videos at or around 23 to 25 minutes. So if you take into account that by the time we switch the phone over to video mode, and we record a little bit of the monitors, and we record a little bit of the 3D printer, and then we pause it, and we come over here and we set it up in the tripod, that's probably 5 or 6 minutes. And then we start pushing, and after about 20 or 25 minutes of pushing, that Bluetooth speaker cuts off. Now, I don't know why that would affect the video of the phone, but we're hoping that might be it. But we will see. I think we'll take a little pushing, but we will definitely get that little bunny ready. And we're going to put some more stuff to put in there to win, you know, so we can change it up a little bit. We try to give you a little bit more each night, but mainly it's the content. Realized it got a little political last night. Promised you guys I wouldn't tonight. But there is one more thing I want to bring up. We were discussing how you could not, oh, by the way, let's go ahead and get this out the way. I am not a financial advisor. I am not an expert in anything except for loving my family. This is not financial advice. This is not life advice. Okay. So we got that out the way. I hope that's enough to cover our butts. But we were thinking last night, we were talking about ways to not participate in the fiat economy if you choose not to. Like we said last night, it's your life. You believe. We truly believe everybody's right to believe in what they want to believe in, as long as they're not infringing on the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness of anybody else. But if you choose not to participate as a way of showing you don't like the way things are going right now, some of these, and I'm not going to mention any of them, but all of them, these news agencies, these big corporate news agencies, one thing you got to remember about them, they're not there to give you news. They're not your Walter Cronkites or your Dan Rathers. They're there to keep you watching. They're a personality. Just like Snooki and the rest of the crew. That's what they're there for. They need advertising dollars to come in. They need you to keep watching. They need you to stay on their channel as long as they can make you stay on the channel. So they're going to tell you what they think you want to hear. And there's all kinds of marketing that goes behind it and test audiences and things of that nature. So they're going to continue to spin and spool up whatever keeps advertisers spending money and you in front of their face. They can't even call themselves reporters. Pay attention next time. They have to refer to each other as correspondents or contributors. They can't even call themselves reporters because they're not reporting news. They're giving you spin. They're giving you their opinion. And they're not concerned about how spooled up they make you, or even rather not they give you good information. They're just concerned about one thing and one thing only, and that's getting your ad dollars. So with that said, if you would like to choose to not participate in that, then I feel, I'm trying to get out of that third person stuff. I feel the best thing you can do is just watch your local news. I mean, really, if you're going for, trying to be more local, trying to do what's right for your community, then we don't need to know what's going on halfway across the world. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but it's very hard to listen to opinions and know that they're opinions. And how do you base your decisions on opinions? We need facts. We need it straight skinny. We don't need somebody skewing it the way they think we want to hear it. Anyway, enough on that. But that's another way we can participate in not participating. Just watch your local news. Turn them guys on. I realize it's tough. I used to stay on 24/7 all the time. That's all we watched. And we would hear the same thing all day and all night. And I'd curse at the television. I was just as bad as most people out there. I really was. I still have my times, sometimes. But I choose not to participate anymore. That's why I'm out here doing this for y'all. Because we want to spread the word about Bitcoin. As we always say, we want to get some adoption. We want to get some awareness. As a matter of fact, worked a little bit on that Facebook page today, and we thought it would be a great idea. And we're going to wait for some subscribers to get on there and let us know how they feel. Get the bait. I really appreciate you guys that are watching early. We've only got 9 or 10 subscribers right now, but I noticed today the view count went way up. We went from 250 views on our videos total to over 1,000. So you guys are definitely spreading the word for me, and I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not in this to be monetized, or if I am, that's great. I'll spend the money back into the giveaway. But I really appreciate the ones that have been watching and spreading the word, and liking and sharing and well, I haven't got too many comments yet, but we'll work on that. But I really appreciate it. And that's why we're out here. We don't want to watch news. And we also enjoy doing it. Like I said, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's something we enjoy. And not so much this part of it. We do like this part of it. But the whole thing in general. We like Bitcoin. We like GPU miners. We like 3D printing. And we like pushing stuff out here and watching it fall down. Like I told you guys, I'm just a big kid at heart. And it's just like the old Legos, or what was that stuff that came out even before that, the erector sets. I remember I had another toy when I was a kid. It was called Girders and Panels. Look that up on Google. I've only met one other person who knew what I was talking about. But you literally snap together girders and panels to create skyscrapers. It was cool. Now you buy them on eBay or something like that, and they're unboxed, going for hundreds of dollars. I couldn't have a toy like that, not open and play with it. I don't get that collector aspect of it. But to each his own. I do not judge. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're going to try to squeeze in one more video tomorrow night. All right, my good people. Obviously, the speaker was not the problem. So, however, we did get a little information that time. The phones said it had gotten hot, and that maybe to try not the 4K resolution, maybe drop back a little bit. So we dropped back to the 1080p or whatever that is, and we hope that that takes care of the problem. Realized when we was reviewing the video that we did elaborate on what we planned on doing with our Facebook page, but unfortunately the camera had already shut off. We did win the rabbit, so we're up to 65,000 satoshis for a giveaway now. But we realized it never got recorded about what we planned on doing with our Facebook page. And among other things, promoting the YouTube channel, so we can, like we always say, promote adoption and awareness. We also thought that maybe we could help some charities create some Bitcoin addresses, or whatever cryptocurrency they want to participate in, to where people with just regular desktops and some laptops, if you've got a gaming laptop and it has a GPU in it, there's a program out there called Unminable, as well as NiceHash, which is what we use. And you just plug in that charity's address and maybe mine a little bit of Bitcoin each day for them, Maybe you own your own business and you got a couple of office computers, and maybe as a way to show your support for your favorite charity, we'll put together some charity addresses, some Bitcoin addresses for them, and you simply just plug that into your miner and just mine away, and that Bitcoin will go straight to them, and they can utilize that to do good for the world. Like I said, I thought the speaker wasn't the problem. It's obviously still overheating, and we are going to get some better equipment. Please stick with us. It frustrates me. I know it frustrates you. We didn't bother going back to the corn pusher and trying to reset it up and show us pushing the last bit out. We figured a video explaining what went on would be better. But anyway, as we always say, peace, prayers, good vibes, whatever you need coming your way. And thank y'all for sticking with me.